Yesterday, President Ruto was busy joking about how he can assist Donald Trump in his political battles with Democrats. In fact, here's the tip.
I think we can assist America. I saw. But data protection is a big problem. So I saw President Trump struggling. I think we can send some experts. And Ambassador here says also the
Now, in return, Kenya has not only been flagged for human rights violations, but also this administration has been given an official warning from the United States of America for human rights violations. I guess Trump has no time for Ruto's abduction and compensation jokes. Now, still on human rights, Ruto nominated Professor Duncan Oburu Ojwang to serve as the chairperson for the Kenya Human Rights Commission. And guess what? Ojwang rejected that offer. I guess kwa mambo ya human rights, kinaramba ujamaa left, right, center. Anywho, in this video, I want us to look into some of the reasons why Duncan Oburu Ojwang has rejected Ruto's job offer. And with no further ado, let's get after it. Reason number one, Duncan Oburu knows very well that Ruto will soon commit more ills, especially pertaining to human rights. I mean, how long will it take before the next abduction? How long will it take before the next court order is ignored? You know, if you have the same monkeys in the same forest, you can always expect them to defecate on the same spot. It is part of their routine. And Oburu, being a wise man, he knows this very well, so he dodged that bullet. This is what I call self-preservation. You take the job, you sully your reputation. You say no, you continue being an upright citizen, and you can serve in whatever other docket you wish to do so. Second reason why Duncan Oburu refused to accept Ruto's nomination is because he was not consulted. And this habit is not new. It's the same way Raila nominated Oparanya as a CS without ever discussing with him. Unafungua TV unapata Ruto is reading your name that you're going to be a CS. And Ruto has now also borrowed the same habit whereby he doesn't check in with you, he just imagines you in that position and he nominates you hoping that that will heap pressure on you to come and serve in that docket. Na yeye haoni that you might be doing another job. In the private sector, you could be having a job that is apolitical, you are making 3-4 million per week or month, and someone is nominating you without checking in with you if this position actually makes sense for you and your family. And this is why Ojwang has refused it. And then you must also remember, if you are not on the discussion table, you are most definitely on the menu. So the fact that this guy was not looped in on the process which led to his name being fronted, that means he's the fall guy. He is being set up. Ajekwa hapo kwa uzuri. And then ask yourself, who wants to be in charge of human rights in Kenya ahead of an election whereby we know some human rights will not be honored? You will see for yourself towards elections. When the temperatures are hot, can the security forces of the country and the professionals and the government officials keep from violating the law? Mtu anasema kitu ampendi, mutajizuia kumteka nyara. People who are making inroads and destroying your political mileage through campaigns and other legal means, are they sure they will not take illegal action against such people? So Ojwang can see all this coming up in the event horizon, and he's basically just doing what's right by him and his family and his legacy by saying no way. Now, the third and final reason why I believe Duncan Oburu has expressed no interest in this job whatsoever is because he does not want a short-term job. I think he knows full well that Ruto's term ends in 2027 August. So why should he go for something temporary when he can wait for a long-term position to come around the corner? You know, it's the same thing with players in the Premier League. When players hit their retirement age and they leave the profession, they have the option to turn to coaching. Why would a player go get a junior post as a coach under a head coach who is well on his way out? You're going to deputize somebody who has an 8-game losing streak. It is so obvious that the owners of the club are going to fire this person. Why would you take that post when you know very well that the new manager, once they come in, huyu akishafutwa kazi, they will purge that entire system. Everybody will be wiped out and sent home. You'd better delay, wait for this manager who is on his way out to be fired, and then when the new one comes in, you now seek a job. Hata kama huyo atachoma, before watu wagundue amechoma, atakuwa amekaakaa, umekula mshahara, you've made your inroads, and so on and so forth. So I believe Ojwang has done what's right by him. Now, Having said that though, let's see what Kenyans on X had to say about this, and I quote. Thomas Wandai said, Professor Ojwang is a man of principles who cannot be bought by a bowl of soup like the other professors, Kina Mutua, Ndi, Mutai, and some other person. Sio Mimi said, I respect intellectuals who reject Ruto's job offers. These are people who mind about the legacy they leave for their descendants. Ndigila said, hata mimi siwezi taka. Mtu anua watoto wa wenyewe then anachanga 1 million. What sense do you put in that person? Na hata kingpin wenu anakula huko. Riswa. Yusuf Omar Dakan said, it's hard accepting some appointments. You think long term, will this hurt me or build me? Well said, Yusuf. Now what say you guys? Do drop me your own comments in the comment section below and I'll do my best to read them and to give you a response. Now with that, here's the ad of the day. If you're in need of electrical wiring, solar installation or electrical fittings such as strip lights, snake lights, downlighters or chandeliers, contact Engineer Wycliffe at 0707 476602 and he'll get your house dapped up. In the event you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button, you're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.